Not only do you do shamanism and dragon reiki, you do hypnotherapy, which is an alternative healing thing.
Yeah. The drumming is a shaman's horse. It takes you into the spirit realm. I'm fascinated with dragons. I've got my dragon tattoo here, the fire dragon. I've got a water dragon there.
Wow. So Marilyn, I was super excited to get you here in Glastonbury because you are kind of like a Glastonbury person, because not only do you do shamanism and dragon reiki, you do hypnotherapy, which is an alternative healing thing. And Glastonbury tends to attract those type of people. So I'm super glad you're here finally. Please tell the viewers, what is shamanism, what is dragon reiki, and why are you doing this?
Well, it started off because I've been doing meditation since I was in my 20s, on and off. And I've always been, if you like, intuitive or psychic since I was about 7. I've known things and, discovered things. And I remember telling my mother, and she said she's like that, which I didn't know. And my grandmother all used to get these things and have premonitions and stuff like that. But I got into meditation, I said, in my 20s, and I found it was great. But then life got in the way and I sort of got out of it a lot. And then I came back into it and started doing it and wanted to get more into it. And then I got to the point where I decided I wanted to teach it. Or no more, actually teach meditation. And while I was doing that, I discovered shamanism. It just came up online as I was looking at something. And I just loved it. I was drawn to it. The drumming is a shaman's horse. It takes you into the spirit realm where you meet your guides, your power animals, things like that. And I just got really drawn into it. I found a shaman and I worked with them, a shaman practitioner. And since then I've actually come across more different shamans doing different things. And I just became fascinated. I just really, really liked it. So because shamanism is going into the spirit world, I wanted to feel that I could learn more about the spirit world. And so I started looking locally where I live to see if there was anyone that does anything like that, or mediumship, even though I'd never dreamt about becoming a medium, but I just wanted to know more. And I found a lady who's now, if you like, my mentor, who actually did her own dragon reiki course. I mean, she actually invented this, if you like, this particular thing. And I've done reiki in the past, but I'm fascinated with dragons. I've got my dragon tattoo here, the fire dragon. I've got a water dragon there.
Wow,
this sounds good. And
I want to see that bicep later. Let's see the dragon.
So when I got in contact with her, she said, it sounds you're meant to be here, like with the dragons. So I did the dragon reiki, 1 and 2, and then I decided I wanted to become a master practitioner so I could teach other people.
What? Okay.
Which is what
so you can teach other people?
Yes, teach other people dragon reiki.
In a nutshell, because I know what Reiki is, I'm going to quickly explain to the viewers, because I do Reiki as well, and I'm just going to quickly explain to the viewers what that is. It was created from an ancient Chinese kind of East Asian origin, and they have these symbols, and these symbols that you stitch on to people, but they use the energy and they also invoke using that energy. And then they use a combination of crystals as well. And what you do is you turn or spin the chakras back into alignment, or you shift the energy so that they're spinning correctly. And then you try and find imprints on the body for any energetic memories or anything that needs to be shifted or communicated. Do you have anything to add to that? That theory?
Not really. I mean, Reiki, as you said, is a healing modality.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So Dragon Reiki is the same type of thing, but it's like using the energy.
Energy of the dragon. So the intonation. So when you're bringing in invocation, you're invoking the dragon, not the let's say, for example, Usui Reiki, you're invoking the person that, or the entity that does the kanji stitches. The dragon Reiki is invoking the dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, I forgot to mention, I'm also doing unicorn Reiki.
Oh my
gosh.
Also
teaches.
Wow.
She also teaches. So that again is invoking, if you like,
the unicorn essence and the energy of the unicorn.
Different.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's also a spirit animal.
And I've discovered all this in recent years.
Oh, wow.
So it's not something I did years and years ago. It's just like
So it's never too late to do stuff like this, because as long as you're following your passion. And the reason why I think people do this, or they discover it in their life, is because you probably had that proclivity in your past life. Yeah. You probably were already had all that experience, and that's why you have that interest now. And also maybe some of your ancestors could have been doing that, and that's probably why you have that that draw to and the interest into that.
Just reminded me of something as you said that.
Yeah.
Something just came into my mind that happened years ago. My friend's uncle, who used to read palms, and we were at his house, and she said, "Would you like to have your palm read?" And I said yes. And he sat there, and there was a table between us, and he almost jumped across the table, and he said to me, "Why aren't you using your healing powers?" and I was like, what healing powers?
Oh, that's good.
And that sort of got me thinking about it and learning about self-healing. And then after years going through this and doing Reiki, and I did spiritual healing, and now the dragon Reiki and shamanism, which is also healing. So it's all sort of coming together now, even though this was years ago, but that was the first time anybody has said that.
I'm going to try and tell people, because some people might not actually know what shamanism is. Yeah. And so I'm going to give you a quick definition as well of what my thinking of it is. Yeah. Because I do know a lot of shamans, a lot of my friends are. And what they do is another way of being the conductor of the higher realm energy. So shaman, or however you say it, is the conductor of the other realm. So what they would do is use fire. They would use smoke in order to open up the veil, in order to get to the other dimension, and it opens the doors so that they can access the other realm, so that they receive messages, and not just receive messages, but they allow a ceremonial way using drums and music and the vocal cords to bring in the rhythm. It's almost like a magical dun 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 dun. It's like the tribal way where it becomes a meditative state. So what they do is they are the practitioner to bring other people's mental state into the correct vibration. And what they're trying to do is get people to vibrate to a certain level so that they can open up their mind and vibrate to the frequency to allow those other entities to come in for messages.
It's also the drum or music is a way, as I said, they call the drum the shaman's horse. It takes you into a meditative state, into the spirit world.
Yeah.
So, but it's like you said, a monotonous beat, and that brings on meditation. It does, if you like. So you can go down either into the lower world, the middle world, the upper world. Yeah. And either healing or learning from the spirit world or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. It is like meditation, because a lot of people, the whole point of meditation is to try and not think about everything in life that's going on and just focus on relaxing. And when you focus on relaxing, then you're more open-minded to receiving insights and inspiration. And like shamanism, they do take you into the underworld. So it's almost like a journey down into the ground. And that's another hypnotic way. So I'm going to give you examples. Because Marilyn and I, we do hypnosis. And one of the ways we do things is bringing people, regressing them, feeling that they're going down a journey or down a corridor or whatever. And it really does help to relax the body, making the body slowly go down into steps, and then it helps them relax. And when you're in a relaxed state, that's when you can actually talk to the subconscious. Yeah. Because if you're all tense and everything, it doesn't work.
No, I mean, sometimes it's said that you don't need to do relaxation to get into hypnosis, but you have to somehow relax yourself enough.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just going to fight against it.
Yeah.
If you're too, you're going to fight against hypnosis, you're not going to be able to be hypnotized. So yes, you need to relax. It doesn't mean you have to go through a long-winded relaxation process. It depends on the person. But yeah, it definitely makes a lot of difference.